Hey, what's up, everybody? Tommy Meyer here. Welcome to Tommy Tonight. Now, sorry I haven't done an episode in a while. Shout out to my new fans in Taiwan. Don't worry. China tries anything, you guys can count on me to make fun of them for it. Unless I got a big following in China, in which case Xi Jinping, the big handsome boy, and I, for one, totally trust him around my honey. But I didn't come here to talk about Winnie the Pooh. I came to talk about a different cartoon character, namely Tigger. That's Tigger with a T. Tigger. Tig. I just want to make sure that T is very pronounced. Tigger. Still feels weird saying that hard R. Also, how does it work? Is only like parts of him allowed to use the word? That could get awkward. Anyway, getting way off topic here. I'm doing this episode because Donald Trump did an interview with Time magazine last week. Time, the once weekly periodical, unless you're near a black hole, in which case it's published once every 80 years. I know, the joke's a bit of a stretch, but it's even more of a stretch near a black hole. Spaghettification nerds, keep up. Anyway, Donald Trump did an interview with Time magazine, and let's just say it was funny. For instance, Trump was asked why only 4 of his former cabinet secretaries are endorsing him this time around, to which he responded, I got Mnuchin. Ooh, Mnuchin, the human personification of a fisheye lens. That's a good get. It's a good get. He was also asked about saying he wanted to be dictator for a day, to which he responded, that was said sarcastically as a joke on Sean Hannity. He said, do you want to be a dictator? I said, only for one day. Okay, let's go to the tape.
Under no circumstances, you are promising America tonight, you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Say what you will, the man has incredible comedic timing. But he goes on.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
for?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border, and I want to drill.
That's not retribution. I'm gonna be, you know, he keeps, we love this guy. He says, you're not gonna be a dictator, are you? I said, no, other than day one.
Okay, first of all, Hannity didn't ask if you were going to be a dictator. You brought that up. That would be like Melania saying, do you still love me? And you responding, I only want to cheat on you with one person. Maybe 2. Maybe grab a couple women by the genitals. But after that, totally don't want to cheat on you. Also, as a comedian, let me just say, I know nervous laughter when I hear it. And if I'm ever doing a set and I hear this...
We love this guy. He says, you're not going to...
That set's not going too well. Anyway, back to the interview. Trump went on to bring up his Russia, if you're listening, comment from way back when, saying everyone knows that what says sarcastically, but they cut off the laughter. They cut it off immediately. Once again, to the tape.
Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press. Let's see if that happens. That'll be next. Yes, sir.
I didn't hear anybody laughing. But to be fair, just because no one's laughing doesn't mean he wasn't telling a joke. Just ask Colin Jost. Okay, that one feels a little bit mean. Trump also said he had a 98% approval rating in Israel. Now, I believe that result came from... Give me a second here. Let me just check my notes. Yeah, that came from the polling firm... Excuse my pronunciation. Some of these Hebrew names are a little hard. Chizase. He got it from his ass. Okay, first of all, I don't think anything has 98% approval in Israel. I don't even think Israel has 98% approval in Israel. If you're going to make up a number, at least make it believable. Now, Time magazine did a fact check and found that the most recent poll, which was taken in March, showed Trump with 44% support in Israel. But unless that poll has a margin of error of plus or minus 54%, which would make it less reliable than his ass, and let's face it, this is not a man known for his high fiber intake, pretty sure he wasn't citing that poll. So what was he citing? Well, I did a little research on my own, and I think I figured it out. Turns out he was citing himself. See, way back in 2019, he told a group of RNC donors that he thinks he'd poll at 98% if he ran to be Israel's next prime minister. So basically, he took something he pulled out of his ass way back in 2019, fished it out of the old golden toilet, maybe wiped it down with a couple of nuclear secrets, then repeated it like it was fact. Mwah. I feel like I should have washed my hands before I did that. Let's see. What else did Trump say? He said that FBI numbers showing violent crime decreasing are fake, saying, well, it came out last night. The FBI gave fake numbers. Now, you won't be surprised to learn that nothing came out last night, which begs the question, Where does it all go? Try popcorn. That's actually very high in fiber. You can douse it in as much butter as you like. It'll be great. Now, factcheck.org did an article and reached out to Trump to try and find out what the hell he was referring to, and they got no response. So clearly, he was making it up. They were also reminded of the time that candidate Trump said that unemployment numbers were fake and that unemployment was actually 42%, and then less than 2 months into his presidency bragged about those same numbers, which prompted this fun exchange with his press secretary at the time, Sean Spicer.
In the past, the president has referred to particular job reports as phony or totally fiction. Does the president believe that this jobs report was accurate and a fair way to measure the economy?
Yeah, I talked to the president prior to this, and he said, to quote him very clearly, they may have been phony in the past, but it's very real now.
Now that's a joke. Spicy Boy knows how to do it. You paying attention, Colin Jost? Trump also claimed that he never said he wanted to terminate parts of the Constitution. Technically, that's true. He wrote it. And separately, he said that he wasn't sleeping during his criminal trial. He was just closing his, quote, beautiful blue eyes to take it all in. Again, let's go to the tape. To the tape. What do you mean there's no tape? There's no cameras allowed in court? Oh my God. He's unfact-checkable. Wait a minute. To the sketch. Ah, yeah, we got you. It looks like you're sleeping there to me, bud. Also, did he say blue eyes? That's kind of pushing it. Those look hazel at best. Does every word in a sentence have to be a lie? I mean, beautiful? Are we... Sorry. Distracting me. Get out of there. Where was I? Now, to be fair, Biden has told his own share of whoppers lately. In fact, the Washington Post recently ran a headline that read, "That time football legend, rig-driving, eligible bachelor Biden was arrested," referencing the times that Biden said he was on a 10 most eligible bachelors list that didn't exist, saying he was state runner-up in scoring in football, there's no evidence of that, and that he used to drive an 18-wheeler when he actually just drove a school bus one summer during college and was a passenger on a 47,000-pound cargo truck one night. And yet he never talks about piloting a 747. Such a humble guy. Now, Biden's also begun telling this story lately.
And my uncle, they called him Ambrose, Brosey, they called him Bozy. My uncle Bozy was a hell of an athlete, they tell me, when he was a kid. And he became an Army Air Corps before the Air Force came along. He flew those single-engine planes as reconnaissance over war zones. And he got shot down in New Guinea, and they never found the body because there were a lot of cannibals for real in that part of New Guinea.
One place this did not go over well was in Papua New Guinea, with their prime minister saying, "President Biden's remarks may have been a slip of the tongue. However, my country does not deserve to be labeled as such." Okay, Biden's tongue doesn't really slip so much as it just kind of like slurs slowly into bad places. That's what makes watching his gaffes so frustrating. You can see exactly where it's going. It just takes so long to get there. Also, only Biden can make a story about cannibals eating his uncle boring. I mean, look at the people behind him. They're like, "Oh my God, is he still talking? Oh, my arms are killing me. I wonder if the McDonald's drive-thru is going to be crowded." Now, you probably won't be surprised to hear that military records make no mention of cannibals. They also make no mention of the plane being shot down, simply saying, for unknown reasons, this plane was forced to ditch in the ocean off the coast of New Guinea. Both engines failed at low altitude, and the aircraft's nose hit the water hard. Fox News' Peter Doocy brought this up with Biden's press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, which led to this exchange.
I agree. Second Lieutenant Ambrose J. Finnegan was a war hero, but the Pentagon says, for unknown reasons, the plane was forced to ditch in the ocean. Both engines failed at low altitude. Why is President Biden saying he was shot down? There's no evidence of that. And why is he saying that his uncle was eaten by cannibals? That is a bad way to go.
He lost his life. It's not, look, I'm not, we should not make jokes about this.
It's not.
Wait.
President Biden said that his uncle was eaten by cannibals.
I mean, your last line, it's for a laugh. It's for a funny statement. And he takes this very seriously. His uncle, who served and protected this country, lost his life serving. And that should matter.
Okay. Relax. First of all, we should, nay, we must make jokes about this. Maybe Peter Ducey shouldn't stay in your lane, brah. But Grandpa making up war stories about people being eaten by cannibals, that's funny. That must be funny. That is a hill that I will proudly die on. And I pray that someday my nephew makes up a story about me being eaten by cannibals on that hill. And the nation shall have a laugh. I can think of no better way to go. At least, beats getting shot in a gravel pit by Christine Ohm. Who's a little dead dog? You're a dead dog. Did Christine Ohm shoot you dead? Yes, he did. Yes, she did. You see, her problem is that the dog is cute. I mean, if the dog wasn't cute, no one would care. Nobody cares about the goat, which, as far as I can tell, just got shot because he was a witness. Anyway, that's all the time I got for you. I'm Tommy Meyer, and I will see you next week. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think of my videos by commenting down below. And if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe to me on the YouTube or share this with a friend. The possibilities are 3. Good night.